Getting a great run down on the rails, Mr. Undercover being closely followed then by She's All Steel. On the rails, Reunion Hill covered by Carazoro, just elated, covering additional ground. Working up onto its back, Aura Breeze given a cut with the stick coming around the turn. Little Wakaha Kid last of all is Shrewd Gamble. Homeward bound, 350 out. On the outside, Trade Talk levelled up to Ramasan. There's a run on the inside through the cutaway, Mr. Undercover. And then 2 lengths further back, Reunion Hill at the 200. Mr. Undercover getting up on the inside of Ramasun, goes to a narrow lead from Trade Talk down the outside, still coming just elated, but Mr. Undercover, he took the shortest route home and draws away to win easily in the final stages. Mr. Undercover by 3, just elated, a very good run, and third home Trade Talk from the tiring Ramasun. From last, Rude Gamble has picked off a few in the run to the post. They included Reunion Hill, Aura Breeze, further back behind them She's All Steel, Wakaha Kid, and Carazoro drops out with it and is amongst the last of them in. Number 1, Mr. Undercover, $2.50 and $1.30 home here. Got that lovely run on the inside, presented with the cutaway, drove through, put them away. Just elated, tramped 3 deep in running and just kept on toughing it out. Trade Talk also fought on after sitting up on top of the speed there. Ramasun, after that support had been so strong, 3s into 245, eventually starting 260 in the official WA price, and has disappointed after leading them and really compounding late over the final 200, gave nothing. Mr. Undercover, 250, 280, 260 home by Star Witness from Tarp, prepared by Glenn McTaggart. Jason Whiting aboard for Glenn McTaggart. G. Dawes, K. Manuel, D. Sedgwick, S. Strawbridge, N and E. Caparazzo. Second, Just Elated, came in defeat by Fath out of Corporate Joy for Sue McLaren, trained by Gary Berger, ridden by Lisa Staples. And at number 4, Trade Talk, third home by Trade Fair from Dare to Risk, prepared by Merrill Haley, ridden by Troy Turner. For A, Mrs. R, Ms. E. Cogan, K. Murphy, D. Martin, G. Saville, Kim Anderson, R. Collins, D. Garraway, T. McPherson, L. McColl. 125.30 the time, 3 1/4, an extending margin late in the race in favour of Mr. Undercover, and has trotted home. A long neck, second and third, 35.77 is the sectional. Placings 1, 6, 4 and 5 after the first. Next event, race 2, the Harold Ives Plate, 12.47, number 8, Significant Streak, is the late scratching here on veterinary advice from around 45 minutes ago. Let's go down to the yard once again here, and a dominant victory by Mr. Undercover, a place getter at 5 of its previous 10 starts, and got the cosiest of trips down there on the rail.
Yeah, thank you, Darren. And the rail run, Glenn, was certainly the key. And you've had a bit of luck with barriers this campaign for this horse.
Yeah, we have, Adam, but he hasn't really taken advantage of them, unfortunately. But yeah, we've had 3 barrier ones, and he's been placed every time. And today he got the soft run on the inside, which helped him.
And I guess the key, as you said, he actually took advantage of that today, sitting right behind the leaders, the cutaway there as well. And he was cruising through those early stages.
Yeah, no, he was really travelling well. And the other thing today, which was a really good sign with him, is that he didn't hit that flat spot at the 200. And today he actually run through the line really well.
Extended out nicely, didn't he? As you mentioned, once that cutaway opened, it looked around a little bit, but then just really lengthened out in stride.
Yeah, and that's what we've sort of been waiting for, because we do know that he's had a lot of ability, the horse, but he's just taken a while to put it together, and he's quite immature still. So next preparation, we would expect that he's going to go on from here.
It's great to see a team as well that are aware of where their horse is at. I think yourself and all the owners have been very honest that this horse is immature, he's got ability, but you aren't giving him the time to find that and get that confidence.
Yeah, that's right, and that's the beauty of these guys is you explain to them why, and then you'll have a horse to race on later on. So that's why we've sort of been patient with him.
And a bit of excitement knowing that he can handle these Belmont surfaces, and we can expect more rain throughout the winter.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, he seems to be able to go on most surfaces, but today with a bit of cut out of the ground, I think helped him.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks very much. Good on you.
There's Glenn McTaggart, the trainer of Mr. Undercover. We'll grab Jason Whiting and discuss that victory and the run that they got through those early stages, because he really did use that barrier today and get into that lovely position. And as we'd heard at times, he hasn't been able to do that so far this prep, despite drawing barrier 1 already twice going into this race. So this was his 5th run. He's had barrier 1 on 3 occasions, had barrier 2 as well. And last start, he was drawn wide through the early stages. We are joined by Jason Whiting now. And Jace, as Glenn just said there, actually used the barrier today, which was the key.
Yeah, no, he's been lucky. He's had a good prep of drawing good barriers, and it just sort of helps him sort of get into a nice spot. And he's a lot better horse, you know. I think when he can sort of get that little bit of cover.
Glenn mentioned the immature type and sometimes flattening out the 250 metres, but did you feel that different today?
Yeah, no, it worked out good today because he has been hitting a little bit of a flat spot, but the tempo creased at the right time, which allowed me to sort of keep letting him stride, and I sort of really hit the cutaway, gathering full momentum, which I didn't have to sort of try and ask him to sprint too quickly. So.
The winners are ticking over for you at the moment as well. You must be really happy with your form and opportunities.
Yeah, no, I'm picking up some nice rides at most meetings, and it's good to be able to get a winner on the board.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks.
There's Jason Whiting, winning jockey aboard of Mr. Undercover, taking out race number 1 here at Belmont Park to the George Hinckliffe Maiden over the 1400 metres.